What I want to talk about, Papa Bear, is millennials, because that's what a lot of our listeners are millennials. People, what is millennials? 1980
1984 to 2010.
to 2010.
Considered a millennial. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, that's a lot of motherfuckers.
That's a lot. It's a lot of us out there, Big C.
That's for sure. The whole listening area.
And especially pertaining to like we were talking about inflation and money and everything, and like older people's general perception of millennials. I feel like they think that we're all crazy and
Lazy.
lazy.
We feel entitled.
Hot pockets. Uber.
You may be one of the only people that I've talked to from the older generation that I feel like understands. Like we're all just trying to figure it out together,
Yeah, well, I think the millennials get a bad rap because they were basically trained by us boomers who worship the dollar. And because we worshiped it, sometimes we did not understand. As long as we got ours, I still run into people today.
That's real.
They just say, I worked hard for that. Right. I mean, I've had people tell me that nobody worked harder than me. That's what they'll say.
Come on.
But I mean, that's kind of, when you live in a closed world, because I live in a basically a retirement community. My girlfriend lives in a retirement community. Mm. When you live in a closed world, you just sort of bounce ideas off of yourself. And there's no challenge to it because everybody is seeing things the same way. Mm-hmm, and because somebody promised me a retirement, somebody promised me this, we didn't ask where it came from. We didn't ask that. I was talking to a guy one day and you see these commercials and they'll say you need $2 million to retire. And I go, $2 million. I said, basically, that's $50,000 a year for 40 years. Who can save that?
Right.
That's crazy.
Now if you add some interest, now that's where the trick comes in because they run the game and do all of that. But
that little decoy.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's almost the system is the millennials will be in trouble. The baby boomers are going to be in trouble because the system is actually drying up. There's just nothing out there for them. And for the millennials, the ones that are between, like your sister, they may get a little bit, but at the end of the day, because when I was born, we had 7 kids in the family. 9 people living in a 2-bedroom house.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Can we just pause it? There's 9 people in a 2-bedroom house?
9 people living in a 2-bedroom house.
What were sleeping arrangements like?
Well, there was. I never slept by myself until I was 17 years old.
Oh my!
Where my 2 older brothers signed professional baseball contracts and they left. Mm-hmm. But my sister had a room. Well, she didn't have a room. We had a roller folded bed that they folded out in the hallway. And we slept, 2, all kind of different ways.
Oh my
Little
God.
Small closet, all of that kind of stuff. that was so. But see, there was a lot of people to feed the system.
Right.
Now you don't have that. So most people they'll have one. Like you, Kel, what'd you say? You're an only child.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're an only child too. So there has to be somebody. Your money's going to something. We living off of your money right now. Some of your money you paying in that right now. The Social Security.
I gotta go to work on Monday too, man.
We living off of yours right now, dude.
This is a deep feeling right now.
You ain't gonna see a dime of that, Big C.
So it's no Social Security for the millennials.
Well, there will be some. They will. It's like I said, we believe in fantasy, and we get a statement.
I love the word.
We get a statement like Bernie Madoff. Remember Bernie Madoff?
Yeah.
Everybody got a statement. The statement says you got a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's just a statement. You go to get it. There's nothing there, and then when they do go to divide it up, they have all these different counterparty risk on there. There might be 100 people with claims because of the mutual funds on one share of stock. So how you going to divide it up? That's how the real estate market crashed. They bundle everything up. Then when it crashes, you have all these people that got dibs on it. Well, who's first? Well, usually the bank is always going to be first. The bank is always first. And so now they put you on cashless system, so they can control that. All they got to do is flip a switch and just say, boom, all you get is $60 a day or $50. That's all you can get.
Okay, I'm sorry to be like this, but you know what this sounds like? Okay, it sounds like pimping. Okay, it sounds like you work your whole life, you do diligent, you're promised a social security or some kind of thing, and they could determine, even at the end, you could have X amount of dollars in your account. If they don't have it to cover it, they'll decide what they're gonna pay you. And you can't sue them because who are you going to sue?
Yeah.
You're going to sue the system?
Yeah.
They control everything.
This is too deep.
That's why even all your congressmen, everybody, they're all lawyers. And so you know, these laws are all twisted all up and,
Presidents
and all of
lawyers.
this. And so, when you have all of this stuff, the system is it's getting bogged down and it's slowly but surely grinding.
So what's the I don't want to say solution because I know you're not like God or you can't just come to me. What's the solution? What should we do? But what has to be a positive way of coming out of this?
Well, I don't really know. Most of the sincere economists would tell you there really is no solution. It's going to collapse.
Yeah.
That's just what's going to happen. Because first of all, when you start asking people to give up this is where the baby boomer attitude comes in. I'm not giving up my Social Security. I'm not giving up mine. I was promised this. How many times have you heard that? I was promised this. That's my retirement. I was promised this.
Yeah.
And since you're promised that, I want it, and I don't care what you got to do to get it.
Yeah.
Now that's gangsterism. We turn into gangsters ourselves.
So now they got us fighting against each other for a system that none of us even designed.
No, you didn't. You didn't design it. Most people don't even know how it works. They have no clue how it works. No clue whatsoever.
People do research.
You do need to do Don't be afraid of the truth, because even if you can't come up with a solution, knowledge will remove a lot of your fear. You know what's coming. You say, okay, I got to do this, or I'll try that. But when you're afraid to hear the truth, then you just get what you get.
It's like anything. If you don't know the truth, then you can't finesse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't find any way. That's real.
Too crazy.
So in this part of our lives, when millennials are 20, 30, 35, what do you feel like is the best I don't want to say solution, the best route for a millennial to take through maneuvering through the way that the world is going to turn out right now?
Especially through college and whatnot.
College, education, money.
Well, I got the education. I got a story to tell you. I went to pretty much a totally integrated high school, and I got a scholarship. One of the few people who got a scholarship, but the scholarship was like $500.
But just started to laugh off. It was just like
but check this out. That $500 could pay for my whole year of college.
Okay, all the college students that's out here listening to this right now, Poppa Bear just said $500 pay for his whole year.
I read an article one time that Johnny Cochran said that, in essence, his parking pass was more than his tuition at UCLA.
I heard that.
So we built the education system, just like everything else, the medical system, all of that. It's all designed to suck dollars out now. So the price of everything is sky high. And even if you have money, when you get sick, they're going to get it. You live long enough, and people live longer. Now, I'll be 69 this year. Wow. And so you live long enough, you're going to go to the hospital. A lot of the boomers, their biggest concern is, where am I going to get my medication? How much of my medication? I got to go to the doctor. Right. My brother goes to the doctor quite a bit. My mother used to go to the doctor quite a bit. Damn. People go to the doctor all the time. Well, those doctor's appointments cost money. And then the medication is so expensive. Even though you got Medi-Cal or Medicare, you still have to pay a copay.
Definitely.
And then people don't realize the medication messes with you in other ways too. So
they end up getting it back anyway.
Yeah, the system is designed for them to get it back.
It's just like a casino.
Yeah.
The house always wins.
That's what that is.
That's across the board,
The
though.
Wall Street Casino.
That's the American
exactly.
way.
I'm having that.
That's what it is.
Wall
I'm having
Street.
that Coach Carter moment right now. No, no. I feel like Poppa Bear came in here and really just is like blowing all of our minds away right now. This is crazy because what you're saying is nothing that can't be researched and should be known. And it's not like you're saying that it's on private information. This is like general info,
You
but
just
it's
gotta
like
do your research.
Well,
you got to connect the dots.
Yeah, what I remember what I understood that I had to do, I literally had to reconstruct the base of my thinking. Because that's what dictates how you see everything.